Tfue's got great positioning here, was one of the first ones in the zone, so immediately you see him shift behind him and start taking shots at the opponents behind. Really clean, heavy sniper shot. He's got a little bit of help from the other opponent, who's also focusing the same player, and now using that shadow bomb to position himself in the next zone. There's a few shadows here skating together. That is not his teammate though, so he needs to be careful when he's building up. Does not want him in his 1-by-1 with him.
No, for sure, and it is so difficult to see sometimes, you know, when another player is in the shadow form, where exactly they are, especially when the storm is closing in. They really blend into the background there, but here we have Legedian. Cole is actually out of the game. Again, Legedian does take a shot at a player 82. Predator falls to Legedian there. Just using that tactical shotgun to his advantage, not giving up, taking those shots, getting the damage he needs.
Yep, great play by Legedian there when he's caught off guard with another player in his box, but now he's going to have to make this rotation. All of these players, top 10 duos now. We are in the top 10 placements. They've got more points to their name. All these players want top 5, and that number 1, he does go down outside of that top 5 range now. We've got Cloakzy still alive and Tfue alive. They're bouncing around in their shadow farm towards the zone. Now posting up, but they got Cairo and Kai right next to them. They got to be careful, and they've got that onslaught of shots coming down from above. Looks like they will be safe for now. Just a wealth of these shadow bombs to work with. Cloakzy does go down. Someone must have been able to track him with that shadow form on him, and there's going to be no way for Tfue to revive him right now, and 4 total duos remaining.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you are in shadow form, you are still vulnerable and susceptible to taking damage. So even though you are not able to be seen, you're still vulnerable, Kitty.
Yep, but all these shadow bombs are going to allow Tfue that much farther in these placement points right now. Every single time that he can delay him going down to his opponents is more points for him and his teammate. He needs to get that elimination on the player to get that siphon, and he doesn't. Saw him taking out Chance and Tfue on the high ground, symmetrical on the low, getting that elimination, that split, and then taking on those solo players to get that victory royale. Excellent gameplay coming out of these two.
Yes.
To that first placement threshold, I know it's been a little bit, but we started with 50 players in the lobby, and now we're down to 25 as Sean goes out into the zone and retakes the high ground. He wants high ground control.
Get it. Yes, I think
we don't know. No, we didn't.
Unfortunately.
Through.
Just barely missing the shadow bomb timing there. Unfortunately going to get knocked out, and I was wondering because that play was so risky to all of a sudden invest so much of your material going for height and going so, like, the 90s are not that strong. I mean, not well, you know, structured. It only takes 2 walls to kind of knock that down.
Yeah, if you are for speed 90ing, 2 walls come down. If you're max efficiency in terms of coverage, yes, it will take 3, sometimes 4, depending on how you're going up. But when speed...
he doesn't realize! Aydan's gonna get him! Yes, I believe! Just barely!
He needs the siphon, though.
He does get the siphon, gets it just barely. Does cover his top right there. I was also concerned about that, but immediately going to be placing the campfire as he gets the zone. We can see it just barely in.
And now he's getting a great pickup onto Bobadon, and he's almost into the top 5. So the siphon maxing him back out, and now he's going back for height. We saw this movie before, but is Aydan the better action hero than Sean? As of now, it looks like it takes the high ground away, and he has control of the ultimate as Udi Duke picks up Caden, and we're into the top 5.
This is looking reminiscent of the Aydan Nick Mercs battle that got them in the big bonus at TwitchCon right now. Aydan by himself fighting for height with Kanuchi. Is he going to be able to actually pick this off? Just waiting for him right now. Going to go back in the storm to see. Not yet going to happen. I think he wants to use that shadow bomb because he's running low on materials.
He needs to shadow bomb and go down. He's not going to win this game from height with what he has. He's running out of builds. He's getting pressured, and now he's going to opt to do it. Going to drop down, change his level, and reset. He only has the 9 builds, but he wants to catch somebody off guard. They know he's there, so he's dropping all the way to the back. He's screening the backside of the storm, looking for it, and he finds it. 130, needs to find the second shot, hits it once, gets the wall replaced. Will he be able to find it? Pushes it.
Yes,
he got it.
The reset too, a player was right behind him. Good reactions there. He's going to get out of dodge, and the materials are huge for him. 75 builds coming in, and I think that he's going to make an edit out to get safe, but no, gets down to 3 HP.
Doesn't have time to pop the mini as Mo cleans that one up. It's Uzi Duke and Kanuchi on the high ground, S2 Mo on the low ground. It's the friend groups, Bloom versus S2. Who's it going to be? Trying to set up the ramp for the push, and Kanuchi says, my aim is better. 12 elims and the victory royale. 22 points for Qualifiers.
This is huge. Knives on Twitter's got 4 eliminations. His duo Brecky here has none. But they're aiming for top 10. They're aiming for the next round. I'm just watching that top left, looking for Sean's name, whether it be he finds an elim or he gets picked up. Look on the top, though. Sypherpk WBG Ranger.
Playing out of their minds right now. I saw a lot of tweets all about these two having a great run right now. Bloom Peace getting a pickup there. Oh my gosh, that's Sypher picking up another elimination. He has that boom bow. They have the high ground. This is a perfect situation for them to clutch this out. 89 points.
They basically need to eliminate everyone and get the victory out. They have to. Mewtwo there on the top left goes down. France USA goes down. Bloom Peace is out. This is top 5. And look at this, Sypher and Ranger. They've got such a dominant spot here in the high ground. They've got the utility to do it. They could potentially make something happen. We hop on over to Ranger's perspective.
I love
his
this
loadout.
split right now. We have Ranger coming in from this side. Meanwhile, Sypher's trying to take and replace that roof. There is a play. Sean,
that was Sean!
Trying to make a play. They do make it into the top 5. They did get the extra points. Sean has got to be happy about that. We'll see if it's enough after these games, but Ranger and Sypher pulling it out. They still have access to that rift if they need it, but it is a 2v1 situation now.
If they get this, they could very well be close in contention, and they actually do. Ranger and Sypher, they got it.
But it's not enough. 97 points. We had Aydan over at 113 points, I think.
It was a lot, and a lot of those were eliminations.
Push. I think that's been why they've been so successful today. They are playing more aggressively than we have seen them in the past, just going for the plays for the high ground, pushing into, oh no, Aydan knocked Sean down with the RPG. There was a little bit of miscommunication on that, and now Aydan is actually having to fight for the high ground against another player. He doesn't have a choice, GB. He has 3 AR shots in his AR, 39 in his drum gun, 4 in his RPG. He is going to try and make his way down back to Sean, which was probably the best play at this point because he was running out of builds very, very quickly, didn't have the ammo, didn't have a way to get down and disengage. So going for the fight for high ground there, it was kind of a lost cause.
That was actually a really great play there from Aydan with the Splodes, knew where that build was being held up. That's going to give them the second elimination, 3 total now. So close to top 10. Another one registered there onto Saucy Carlo. We got
Aydan
11 duos.
Nothing.
Yeah, he has nothing.
Left.
Neither does Sean. Sean has 5 builds remaining. This isn't looking good here for the Ghost duo, but the good news for them is that they have put an inspired game together here.
Aydan goes down, GB.
Yeah, well, Aydan's out of the action, and then there goes the pick onto Sceptile. The confirmed elim, giving him a few more builds. Maybe Sean could turn this into a good series of events here. That is going to be the question on our mind. Was Aydan going down and him being able to just react from that player putting the pressure on him? Is that going to be the plus that he needed? Now, he has no more builds left. He's got to look for the play. He's got to linger about, finds a player right in front of him. He's going to get caught. He's going to get stuck, and he does go down. He's going to play the low ground warrior all the way down low, Pooks. Now we're going to have 6 duos remain.
Look at this little corner he found. He doesn't have any builds at all, so he doesn't have a choice. Whether he wanted to play low ground or not, this is the situation he's put himself in, and now he has to try to capitalize on it. He has the ammo, though. He has the shield. He just does not have the builds. He doesn't even have anything to place those traps with.
He's got to wait for a fight. Ooh, that player pops the shadow bomb. And then another one comes around the corner. It's Cortex, and he just clotheslines him as he comes right around there. And then Sean is going to give him a piece of his mind. And here's Sean once again with this blue tack, putting it to work now. And the trap is out, goes right on over. He does have possession of that wall, but he doesn't have possession of much else. He has 2 builds remaining, and Carson with the cleanup on aisle 3. That's going to leave us with 3 duos remaining now. And just 1 duo will still be a firm team, but they're going to be in the low ground. Carson, he has himself the Rockets. You're going to have Andrew and Tacos, as well as Harmful. Harmful in the mid ground. Waiting for the moment there, but that's the connection. Again with the Splodes. Carson has been raining from above with those Splodes and been putting them to brilliant use now. The builds for Carson are sitting at 7. And he's going around for the ambitious play. If he can get the elimination, maybe this could be the siphon, but no! No, and it's Tacos and Andrew claiming the victory royale. 3 eliminations total.
Oh, you know, we saw them high up in the leaderboard early on. I think they're in the 2nd place, so we definitely can see Eclipse right now. By himself does find Nick. on the edge of zone trying to rotate in. What can he do? He's by himself. He has a launch pad still. A few heals, so he's sitting pretty for now. Just got in that top 10. Extra placement points abound.
Keep in mind, they already have 9 points just on eliminations. His duo partner, Tetra, who's been eliminated, has 6. And now it's just up to Eclipse. Hit top 5, find elims along the way. A shot comes through. Apex Archer TV is going to be shut down just outside of top 5. So another round of placement points heading over to Eclipse and his dual partner.
Symmetrical though, at the same time, even though he just went out there, finally he did pick up at least 4 eliminations after losing his teammate. Now, probably choked, and Dan the Man will see if that reverse caster curse is going to work out, because he's up against Frat and Eclipse. 2 strong players, but they're solo right now.
Frat is in the storm. He's taking down health. Dan goes down. All right, I probably choked. We're about to find out if you did or did not. Fly Rat, again, ticking down in his HP. Eclipse, he's about to start ticking now. If choked can get this elim, this swing of the siphon could be massive, but I believe from down below, it looks like Eclipse down to 70, and he does find it.
Eclipse by himself, clutching up the victory royale, taking the perfect opportunity that Frat opened up for him, even though he wasn't his teammate there, ended up trying to make the risk and fight to take out Dan the Man, and then finally, I probably choked.
As we're into the top 10, Wiggs gets the knock and the confirm onto Texture as Plexi gets Eclipse as well. So now Eclipse, that #1 duo, is completely out of it.
The range from that gold combat shotgun is absurd. And then he's going to get the boom bow on Fiber, and then the follow-up with the shotgun yet again. And then he opts to drop it. He goes and snags himself. I think that was a stinker there that he ended up grabbing. And he could use that stinker in this close range. He tosses it out. Maybe he can get a few tags, and look at the way that this circle is going to be moving and where that safe zone is going to be located. Leifer's going to go all the way down low. Elevate and Cease have the high ground, but Elevate's going to be dangerously low on HP. He's going to have 9 actual HP, but 59 effective with the shields that are going to be in play here. Now we're going to be sitting in the top 4 with the duos that remain. 5 players left in this one. Hydra looking to defend from the players that are going to be in the high ground. Leifer, who went down low earlier on, might be running into Flo, and Flo's going to be just underneath half health there. Cease and Elevate continuing to patrol up above, and that's going to be a combo for Hydra. Manages to take out one, knocking out a player there. That's going to leave us with just 1 player left, and it's Hydra, the player who I highlighted earlier, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. Cease is down low on his HP, but Hydra gets the down, and then Elevate, just 9 HP there. Can he follow up with the elimination? Hydra, he's going to be boxed outside, getting tagged by the storm, and that's going to do it. But what a valiant effort there from Hydra to try and snag that victory from the jaws of defeat. And it just was not meant to be, but a valiant
effort. That is why he's trying to be extremely sneaky and catch somebody off guard, which he absolutely does. Rusian goes down to the flint knock, absolutely obliterated.
Wow!
And then Harmful turns around and flicks the shotgun and says, you know what? Taco, you're going down too. He's on an absolute tear. He cannot be stopped.
He is destroying the low ground here. This has been all Harmful. He just got 3 eliminations from that run. Bear in mind, folks, he had 0 builds, and now he's going to be sitting at 95. This was looking dire for Harmful, and maybe he can make a flint knock play here, but it's going to be really ambitious. We're now in the top 6, 9 players remaining total.
Yeah, Harmful's going to take this moment to just heal up a little bit. He has a few more bullets to his name, but is going to take some tags. Goes back down to 27 HP, but it's okay. He's got time now. He has time. There is a player trying to break into his builds. He builds the stairs to block any shots from the edit. Unfortunately, it isn't going to be enough. Rux takes him out. Excellent work from Harmful, though. He was putting on an absolute clinic, but here we are looking at Pika right now. Him and his duo Rux are still in this game. It is a 2v1v1. They are together. We have Spectral in the middle and Tanks taking ultimate high ground here, but you know what?
Low. Look who's low, folks. It's Rux and Pika. WBG represent. Ty Tanks is going to be in a rough spot now. And then Rux playing outside if he can get a shot down, but he won't be able to connect. And now that's going to leave it into a 1v1. Rux went for the heroic play. He didn't have a lot of health remaining, but is this going to secure the victory? No, Ty Tanks.
Wow.
Ty Tanks gets the victory royale.
What?
4 eliminations, and Rux, he was hoping that by poking out, he would have caught that player off guard, because you never really suspect. Are still in this one here. Jeffries It's going to get dominated by that purple combat shoddy, and they're up above. They just take out Rokane. And here's Slay along with Walsper. They got 4 eliminations, so close. And Vincento's going to go down, not before getting a down of his own onto Angel. 9 players left, 7 duos remaining, Sundown.
And right now, Addison did pick up Midas. Taki goes down, and we're into the top 5. You have a number of players in the sky, and he lands right into Krusty gets taken down, but Vincento gets revenge for his partner Benzo as Angel gets taken down. So now Benzo up on the high ground. You have Slay on your top right, Ozzy in the bottom right. Benzo's on the high ground, Wallspire and Slay on the mid tarp, and then Ozzy all the way down to the bottom.
Ozzy's still in this!
Picks up Addison. It's a 2v1v1, and you see Slay and Wallspire are going up for the high ground now, GB.
Oh, and Benzo's actually going to get warped up with that Rift to go, and Slay's going to wait for him with that combat shoddy. You know he could do the damage, and he does just that. Snags the elim against Benzo. Players are now going to start to drop down, but Wallsper's actually going to take damage. He only has 4 more builds left. He doesn't have a redeploy. He's got a waterfall down.
You want to know pressure? Don't miss your waterfall. This is pressure right now. Do you hold the high ground or do you go? Ozzy saw the clutch of the year. It's down to Ozzy! You can't waterfall with 2 builds. Ozzy with the miracle play on the side of the mountain gets the victory royale.
Ozzy with the miracle game, Sundown. Are you kidding me? He should have been out of here since Jump Street. That's ridiculous. I can't believe what we just saw. Me and Sundown are going to need a breather. I need a sandwich. Let's send it over to Pooks.